something like the addendum, it's bedrock, it's fundamental. It's foundational to what a number of our agencies actually do.
Every single time we're looking at the T's and C's 3.0, which was based on a banner world, it just doesn't apply to what we're doing and how our content operates. So we have to make sure that we are setting standards that apply to our world and not necessarily to a world that existed 5-10 years ago. A lot of this is opening up the dialogue to make sure that what we need is established from the very beginning, as opposed to trying to satisfy commitments that we didn't know about at the end of the campaign. So we really want to make sure that everyone's on the same page from the start and that we have an opportunity to have a conversation at the very beginning and know what the expectations are from all parties.
The range of agencies and the range of agency needs are different. So, you know, most of this process represented a number of agencies that belong to the larger networks. But among our medium and sized and smaller agencies, this is a hugely useful tool for them to approach the marketplace and actually work with publishers on how to transact business.
Our goal was, let's at least come up with terms and some standards that can be used as a starting point, that it doesn't have to be something that everyone follows exactly, but it is a guide for any agency, any seller to be able to use to make sure that all the critical things that can somehow trip up some type of contract get addressed, so that we're making sure and making it easier for the negotiations to cover the things that will help avoid problems later down the line.
Ad creative delays, I would say, are the #1 issue for us on the publisher side in terms of being able to monetize our inventory, which is so perishable, and there's not an infinite supply the same way there is display advertisements. So it's not like if we don't sell it to one client that we have somebody waiting in the wings. It really is allocated to each client very specifically. And every time there's a delay, we run into pacing issues, optimization issues. We have a problem where we aren't able to truly see the money through, nor take advantage of the opportunities as they come up. So with the ad creative guidelines, knowing that it should be the standard to have 5 days, for instance, to be able to satisfy the commitments to get the campaign live is really important to making sure that everybody is on, again, the same page from the very start, and knowing that we have the time to do what we need to do to make sure the campaign can go live and be executed well and have time to optimize it and QA it.
I have terms and conditions with all the major agency groups. Most agencies have the IAB 3.0. Some are still off of 2.0, and the modifications, the addendum to those terms. For some of these like upfront and digital, the video agreements where we have special terms, we have 2 agreements right now with major holding companies, but ongoing I will get requests to, can we like do upfront terms for this or that? We have some place to start now, and we can say, let's start with this.
I think any place that addresses newer types of technology and newer types of content would be interesting, because some of the parties may not know where to start with that. So I think that will be a really big win, that we've at least addressed it. Even if there are places where we have a blank, they know this is how you need to think about it. And it should be in the conversation.
This is not the be-all that ends all. It's a place in time, and it's an evolving document, and we've got to be open and flexible in terms of how we use it, how conservative our viewpoints are around what we've created today, because the world moves along at a very, very rapid pace, and you've got to be flexible and takes the principles that we've laid down here and sort of cast them into the future.